Hi, I'm Sumaya, and I decided to collaborate with Inspirited Minds, a charity which supports those who suffer from mental health issues. I began this project because the topic has been very personal to me, and it's been something which I've been passionate about for a very long time. Growing up as a Muslim female, I often found it difficult to find support for Muslims who had suffered from mental health issues. It wasn't really a topic which was considered as an issue, especially in my own community. As part of the documentary, I got in touch with Inspirited Minds because of the amazing work which they do for Muslims specifically. I was really interested to find out more about the charity, and I wanted to get their perspective on mental health within Muslim communities.
I would say that I'd probably use the word negative. I'd probably think of the word stigma. Um, I think that a lot of people within the Muslim community, unfortunately, have the kind of mindset that that mental health is something that we shouldn't talk about. If somebody is struggling with their mental health, is feeling depressed or is anxious about a particular thing, or um, yeah, that they just can't, they have to keep that to themselves.
There is a huge cultural stigma around mental health that's not related to Islam. And a lot of people get Islam and culture confused, where they think that the culture is Islam when it isn't. So, for example, a lot of people in some communities, if there is a mental health difficulty within the family, they emphasize not to have not to tell anyone about the mental health difficulty. And um, that leads to isolating the individual, not seeking help from their neighbors, not seeking help from anyone in the community. And in Islam, it emphasizes to go out and seek advice, seek help from people who are in the community before going into like other services, let's say. And even if it is severe, even if the mental health difficulty is significant, you still seek help, whether if it's through medication, if it's through therapy, psychological therapy, if it's through doing activities in the community, meeting other people. All of these things are really not prohibited, but discouraged from the cultural aspect of things. Whereas in Islam, it says, it emphasizes and encourages you to do those things.
Okay, so Inspiration Minds is a Muslim mental health charity. So we sort of provide information and advice and support that is from an Islamic perspective, but we're not like sort of faith exclusive. So we have lots of different clients from different faith backgrounds. We just adopt the sort of Islamic psychology and well-being kind of aspect. I think what makes Inspiration Minds different is that we are a completely volunteer-led organisation at the moment. So all of our volunteers have some sort of lived experience of mental health, whether it's their own problems or their family or their friends. And you can have all the degrees in the world and all the research papers in the world, but if you haven't got lived experience, then you actually have no idea what you're talking about sometimes. So I think that's what makes us different, is the fact that all of us are actually speaking from a place of experience.
Uh, Really difficult. So my own experience with mental health is that my mother suffered from it, and she killed herself in 2016. Um, she suffered with bipolar a couple of years leading up to her death. Um, it was really difficult. I didn't even really think, let me find a Muslim organization that could help. We turned to the NHS, and alhamdulillah, she managed to get some help there. Sadly, it was just drug based. I never got to the stage of thinking, oh yeah, let me find an organization. I'm sure there's help out there. You know, I didn't even reach that. I was more just caught up in the situation and just and I was also doing my master's and dissertation at the time. And I guess, I just didn't even consider, let me go find some place for help. I don't know how I came across Inspirited Minds actually, but I was getting their kind of emails, and just through that I saw that they were also looking for new volunteers and such. And so after my mum passed, I got involved, but during when things were going on, it's not, I don't know how, I'm sure it would have been accessible, but like I say, I didn't even reach the thought of, let me look for a place that would be have be Islamic based. I didn't even think about that, to be honest. It's just something unspoken about, and I think the thing that we're trying to do here with Inspirited Minds is hopefully reduce that stigma by raising awareness, by talking to people that are within the Muslim community that are suffering and have suffered with mental health issues, but have alhamdulillah managed to get through them. So I think the more we talk about it, the more we can normalize it, and hopefully just treat mental health as how we would treat a physical illness, essentially, which is by taking care of it and not ignoring it, and it's okay to be depressed. It's okay to have anxiety. It's okay to have OCD, and you can live with it. So if you're struggling with a mental health issue, talk about it. Inshallah, you're not only doing yourself a favor, but other Muslims, fellow Muslims, a favor.
Working on this project has encouraged me to get out of my own comfort zone. I also feel that this has made me reflect more upon how I've dealt with my own mental health issues. I kind of wish I knew about Inspirited Minds before, because it's definitely something which I would have looked at when I was younger. I'd like to use this experience with Inspirited Minds as an opportunity to help inform more communities such as my own to learn about the work which they do. I feel that many people would benefit from having access to their services, and would help challenge the stigma that surrounds mental health.